I'm Jodi and welcome to today's video. More importantly, welcome to the new year. I'm super excited about this video because I have been doing a ton of research to understand what are the current trends for 2022 in terms of makeup. Now, I am not traditionally a trendy person when it comes to makeup, but I do like to have my makeup a little bit more current. So what this video is going to show you is the current trends for 2022, but with a maturely modified twist on each of them. There are 4 big trends in makeup this year, so we're going to go through each one of them and then how to modify it for your more maturely modified application. So if you are interested in some of the trends but not looking trendy, if you want to know how to adapt your makeup look to be more current, then this video is for you and we will do this look together. So if you like this type of video, please stay to the end, give it a thumbs up so that I know this is content that you're interested in, and you'll have more videos like this coming your way throughout the new year. So stay tuned, we're gonna go through 4 big trends in makeup that you're gonna wanna know about and how to make them more maturely modified for your skin. So the first trend, and I think you guys are gonna really like this one, and it's more of a, I think it's a trend, but it definitely gives more of that current look, and it's one that I, as an older aging person, that's so hard for me to say sometimes, but is one that I'm embracing, and I think that you'll like it as well. And it is more fluffy brows. So in order to achieve this look, the first thing that we're gonna wanna do is make sure that our brows don't have that 1 or 2 hair that has just gone on some growth serum and is now up to here and we don't really know it because we keep combing it to the side. That is a dead giveaway for this look. So we want to make sure that our brows are combed up. The first half of the brow, you're going to comb it up, and this is step 1. This isn't our final look. And then the second half of the brow, your outer half of the brow, you're going to want to comb it up and out, sort of at an angle. And then what we'll do is take some scissors, if you need to, and just trim those hairs so that you've got a pretty even looking brow. It's an easy look to achieve whether your brows are sparse, which mine are starting to get that way. I think started is the wrong word. Mine have been getting that way in the last several years. But when you brush them up and then just take some scissors and just cut a little bit above your eyebrow line so that you don't have some that are really far up there, then you'll be in good shape. You'll notice again, some of this stuff is coming back from the 90s, which, you know, I think the 90s had some pretty cool makeup look. It looked better on me in the 90s than I think if I was to apply that same concept of makeup on this face that is been embracing gravity. Now you don't want to cut them all super short either, because that extra length when you've combed it out a little bit does help fill in your brow. So just play with it a little bit. No, they'll grow back if you cut them too short, but try not, just like your hair, lean on the side of caution and go conservatively before you start to cut too much. Now this looks a little bit like the old Groucho Marx, I know, but we're going to just go with it for a second. Trust me, we'll get to a final process. Then the key is to make little hair lines. So you're just gonna go up and make little hair lines as if you are filling in some of that sparse hair. And don't be afraid to go too heavy-handed, because it's definitely more of a full brow look, which again, I do love this trend. You'll definitely want to use a brow gel to set this look when you're finished. You guys have seen me use these before. I really do love the one from Benefit, the 24-hour brow setter. It's just a small little one. It's easy to hold. I think the reason I like this one over some of the other ones that are on the market is because it's small, so I know I'm going to use all of it before it dries out at the bottom. And I do like how easy this handle is to use. It's easy to grip, it's easy to twist. My fingers don't slide on it. So I just really love this one. And it's just a clear brow gel. Now, if you don't have a brow gel, it's totally fine. You can just get a little bit of hairspray, spray it on your spoolie of your eyebrow pencil, and you're good to go. You don't need to invest in this if you don't already have it. But for this fuller look, some sort of setting spray will absolutely help this look last longer throughout the day. Number 2 is the eyes. Now the eyes are all about the glitter this year, and glitter and neon. Now, neon is one I'm not gonna embrace neon on my eyes. I'd love to if I was, you know, in my 20s or 30s, but I just think neon on me would look crazy, especially as I'm wearing reading glasses. If that neon or that, you know, double eyeliner is not crisp and precise with glasses, I just think it's gonna magnify any unstraight line or unevenness that you may have had. So I'm gonna make it a lot easier on myself. and hopefully this will make it easier for you guys. So obviously the first thing that we do always is to curl the lashes. This is I put a video together that said that, you know, the 10 things that you absolutely want to have in your arsenal to help you from looking older than perhaps you are. If you want to look younger, more fresh, whatever, eyelash curler is a must-have, and so is Lumify, and I'm not sponsored by either of those products, but that Lumify goes in your eyes and just brightens the white of your eyes. So I swear by that. In fact, I think I have it listed down below in my staples, is that Lumify, because I do use it almost every day. Actually, that's not true. I use it probably every other day because it lasts almost 2 full days. So for the eyeshadow, we're just gonna go with like a light brown, maybe a nice soft pink. I just grabbed my Naked Palette 3, and I'm just gonna go sort of a little transition color because that has not changed, and just kind of go in from corner to corner just on that eye socket, if you will. If you have hooded eyes, this is still, you can still do this. I don't want to say it's easy. You can still do this look. You're just gonna, where you're gonna place the color is gonna be a little bit different. If you have hooded eyes, you're gonna really go from the outside of where your eyelid opens, and on your eyelid, of course, but really apply your makeup more when your eye is open, and go from here just above your lash line and go right across the top with just a little bit of transition color, because transition color sort of gives a shade, so it sort of looks as though things are set back. So you're creating that eye socket there. Then you're gonna wanna take any of your pencil brushes. I like this MAC 230. It's just the right size. Put a little bit of setting spray on it. So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Mist. Any setting spray that you have is fine. I have my computer open, so I just sprayed it. And that really does help your glitter eyeshadow go on to your eyelid. Glittery eyeshadow is a slippery slope, so you gotta be more on the conservative side, I think. So I am going to, and if you don't have a real shimmery, glimmery eyeshadow, that's okay, because glitter eyeshadow, I think, is much more flattering of a trend on a eye that maybe doesn't have any sagging or any wrinkles to it. I think the maturely modified version of this trend would be to have a shimmer, and most eye palettes have a shimmer to it. And you're just gonna wanna take that on that brush and just ever so slightly put it down sort of that halo of your eye. Now you can do this after you've done any of your eyeshadow that you normally do, whatever your eyeshadow look is. Just take a little shimmer. Now, if you don't want a colored shimmer, then go for something that's maybe a little bit more iridescent. This is the Naked Palette 3. Any shimmer that you have, you could use, like this I think would be really pretty if you were to just use, which one is it? That one right there. That pink is a really pretty color. So we'll just, again, add that. You're just gonna go right into the center of your eye and kind of make a stripe, and then blend that into the corner, just so that you're adding a little bit of shimmer. I'm doing this, I feel blindfolded, so we'll see how that looks when I actually open my eye. But just a little bit of color, I think, is just gonna give you enough of a shimmer, but not quite a glitter. And that gives it that nice modified look to this glitter trend. So you'll see that just sort of pulls a little bit of shimmer to the corner, the center of your eyes, and then we're just gonna put a little bit of a darker shade on the outer corner just so that we can pull that out and give it a little bit of a depth or dimension to your eyes. So I just like to have just a little bit of shimmer, and that could be an everyday look, or maybe before our shimmer wasn't an everyday look, it was really more of a special look, where with this trend, it's probably gonna be a little bit more of an everyday look. Then I would just follow up like normal with the lightest color of your eyeshadow and just kind of fill in that gap between your eyebrow and where you put that shadow. And then just put your eyeliner on as you normally would. I'm not gonna do double eyeliner. That is just not a trend that I think would look good on my more mature eyes. So let's put our eyeliner on, just your normal mascara, and then we'll move on to the third trend. Next is trend number 3, which is all about the cheeks and the blush. Now, cheeks and blush have sort of played a back fiddle to your eyes and your lips for years. And this year, that's really all about the cheeks and bright, bold colors. You see this all over TikTok, all over some of the bigger runways, all in Harper's Bazaar magazine, Cosmopolitan. It's a lot about the cheeks. Now, on my more mature cheeks, the maturely modified version of this trend is going to be the placement of the blush. I'm going to use cream blush. The placement of the blush that's hard to say 3 times, the placement of the blush and where those colors are coming from, but then also to add a little bit, instead of bright, bold purples and magenta colors, to add a little bit more of a pink or a peach undertone, and then the placement's really gonna make a difference. Now you may say, well gosh, with cream blush, it's a little bit harder to just sort of powder in different areas, and there is some truth to that. But I think if you find the right cream blush and use a wet beauty sponge, you're gonna find it a little bit easier. So one of my favorite blushes is this Velvet Touch Kiko, and I found this on Amazon, and I have loved this blush, and I love this color. Maybe that's why I love the blush so much, is because I love the color. And it's color 1. Why do colors have numbers and not just a color? So you can see it's a really pretty, I've highlighted this in a few of my favorite videos before. It's one of my favorite blushes. So the placement with blush this year is not just sort of that streak that we saw with a really heavy stripe with your highlighter above it and your contour below it. That's not so much the look anymore. It's really just about some nice natural inner glow, but then not to forget about some of the other areas of your face that might have a little blush to it. It's a little bit on the tip of your nose. So that just gives it a nice placement, if you will, all over your face. So we're just gonna pounce that in with this beauty sponge. And again, it's just a wet beauty sponge. And I'm not trying to move the color, so you don't wanna be real aggressive with it. You're really just trying to blend that color in. And again, that's just a nice, soft color, but not real bold. If you wanted to go a little bit more bold to more align with the current trends, if you will, then you could go for a darker color. But I find that if you use a blush, instead of where we used to sort of contour and give a little bit of just a warmth to your skin, it just gives a nice overall healthy glow without looking like you're trying to be trendy. Now, you can also use that same color on your lips, because that takes us to trend number 4. Now this one, if you were growing up in the 90s, then you probably loved this trend or you hated this trend. I'm glad to see it come back. It definitely helps us, but there is a maturely modified version for that. Now, this trend is all about the lips, and it is overlining the lips with a darker lip liner. Yes, it is back. And I have to say, I kind of started to like it when it was around in the 90s. But the maturely modified version of that is to take a lip liner pencil that is just 1 or 2 shades darker than your lipstick versus 3 or 4 shades darker than your lipstick that we saw in the 90s. And just slightly overline your lips. Now, I think the more older we get, and the more outline of our natural line between our skin and our lip, the more we outline past that natural line, the crazier it can look, because then you've got to fill in that with another lip liner or lipstick, your skin color. So I prefer to just go right on the outer edge of my natural lip with a darker pencil and just ever so slightly outline. So I think that the modified version is to outline versus overline. And once you've got those lips lined the way you want, and again, I'm just gonna go with 1 or 2 shades darker than my natural lip color or the color that I'm gonna use for my lipstick. So I think a nice part to this is to add non-liquid and non-matte lipstick for a more mature age. So I'm gonna use Fenty Beauty. This is just a sparkly pink color. I'll list it down below. But I'm just gonna go over that ever so slightly. And just be careful to stay inside those lines, obviously. And again, the key for your lips is to stay away from liquid lipstick and matte lipstick as we age, because that really does dry the lips and settle into all of those fine lines. And you can take days to recover from that drying of a product on your lip. So once you've done that and overlined your lips just a little bit, it's not quite as aggressive as it might have been in the 90s, but you get the gist of the overlined lips with that nice pretty lipstick. So it just gives you a nice overall sheen and color. So that is some of the more maturely modified twists on the trends for 2022. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find these tips and tricks helpful as you start to get your makeup look however you want it for the new year. A lot of it can be super exciting, and just to play with it and just get a little bit creative and maybe step a little bit outside of your comfort zone. That's what makeup is all about. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please consider giving it a thumbs up and being a subscriber. And also, most importantly, and pass it along to any of your friends that might be interested in a maturely modified version of this year's makeup trends. Thanks so much, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hi everyone, I'm Jodi and welcome to today's video. More importantly, welcome to the new year. I'm super excited about this video because I have been doing a ton of research to understand what are the current trends for 2022 in terms of makeup. Now, I am not traditionally a trendy person when it comes to makeup, but I do like to have my makeup a little bit more current. So what this video is going to show you is the current trends for 2022, but with a maturely modified twist on each of them. There are 4 big trends in makeup this year, so we're going to go through each one of them and then how to modify it for your more maturely modified application. So if you are interested in some of the trends but not looking trendy, if you want to know how to adapt your makeup look to be more current, then this video is for you and we will do this look together. So if you like this type of video, please stay to the end, give it a thumbs up so that I know this is content that you're interested in, and you'll have more videos like this coming your way throughout the new year. So stay tuned, we're gonna go through 4 big trends in makeup that you're gonna wanna know about and how to make them more maturely modified for your skin.